What's up, guys? Welcome to Rob's house. We're still in coronavirus quarantine. We have a little project going on. We're wrapping the Civic today. Kayla has actually already gotten started doing the front. Aaron and Elizabeth are here.
Hi, we're drinking. How are you?
Hi!
And Taco's here for moral support. Hey! So we did a bunch of disassembly prep already. Got the door handles off. Got the taillights off. Aaron is currently working on removing the side markers from the front. We gotta see if we can remove these caps as well.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, because
tilt the mirror back and pop them out the top.
yeah, because we're not gonna be able to tuck underneath this, so we're gonna have to get these off. But yeah, so we're going to be wrapping the car. This is a little preview, but we're wrapping it midnight purple. Kayla already is underway here. Mr. Man is totally passed out on her back. So we'll start time-lapsing once we start doing the doors and stuff. Once we get all this prep work done, get these side markers removed. We already got these screws out, which is good because we got to wrap around that. Do that on the other side. Same thing in here. We have to take these fender liner bolts out so we can wrap around them. And we'll get started. What's up, everyone? Status update. All right, so last night we attempted a door for the first time, and I also did the driver door on the other side this morning. It's coming out pretty good. I actually am really happy with how the door handle insert came out. There's a black gasket that'll go around this, so you won't see any of this. Now, with that said, it's our first time wrapping a car, so there were some screw ups along the way. In particular, this section, it bunched up, and I don't know. We might redo it, we might not. Haven't decided yet. Depends how long the rest of the car takes, but you live and you learn. It's probably gonna be a 20-footer, but it's all right. Kayla's over here trimming up this door. I did a much better job on this handle. This was actually the first handle I did, and this door came out a lot better. So that's where we're at. We have those two doors. We did them on opposite sides just so one of us could be working on one while the other works on the other and kind of like not obstruct each other, and then we'll flip-flop and, you know, do the back door of that side, do the front door of this side. This piece we showed you last night. This is all done. I would like to get all 4 doors done today. We'll do some time lapses in a little bit. Once I start another door, I kind of wanted to just do a little bit of work first before I started filming it, just because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. But it's coming along nicely, I think, so we'll report back soon. Status update. The doors on the driver's side are done, sort of. Like I said, we're beginners, so I mean, there are definitely imperfections. We're gonna have to do a little seam over here because we kind of screwed up cutting the top there. And also in between the doors, we're gonna have to do an inlay there because we didn't realize how big that gap actually is when you're standing directly. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but when you're standing right where I'm standing right now, you can see like a whole bunch of white and a whole bunch of seams from the edge of the vinyl, and it looks pretty bad. So we'll fix that. But I mean, up here, we know how to do it now, so it's looking pretty good. After dinner, I'm gonna do a time lapse of doing that door since I finally sort of know what I'm doing and it won't take me like 80 years to wrap it. I've got the hang of doing these door handles. It's tricky. But basically you can stretch it first with your palm so as to not overstretch it. I did use a little bit of heat. Some of the videos that I was watching were insisting that you didn't have to use heat. I have literally no idea how they accomplished this because it just wasn't moving enough. Like as soon as I would get any bit of this to the actual door, it would just pop right off as soon as I lifted my finger. So I did use a little bit of heat, but I don't think I overdid it. This probably looks sketchy, but I grab one of the inserts that go here, right? Boom. You will not see it at all. Same thing in the back. I don't have that one in my hand, but same thing in the back, and then we just have the door handle, so we gotta wrap the handles, but we'll do that later. Very time consuming. We've never done this before, so it's taken us a lot longer than I'm sure it would take a professional, but that said, I watched some videos of people doing similar, well, a guy doing a Type R, which is actually much more intricate than this in some areas. And he said it took him 4 days, and he's really good at wrapping. So I'm not too discouraged in that we got all of this done so far in basically 1 day. We'll have all 4 doors wrapped by the end of tonight. Check out this time lapse of the last door.
When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and have a fight, and that's all wanna say goodbye or ever leave this stuff behind. When it's good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's uneasy. I wouldn't have it another way. There's no other way. Yeah. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this. When it hurts like this.
Status update. All the doors are done. Kayla still has to trim this last door. So we've determined that these rear doors are just way harder to do on this car because there's this one extra body line here that just throws off the whole film. I had no problem with the front doors at all because it doesn't have this additional line. It's just this, and then this is all flat basically. The next thing to be done on this car, which is going to be done by Kayla, is she's going to cut out the outline and tuck all this in. We're going to get a time lapse of that in 3, 2, 1.
I can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting. There's a love that fits so perfect, it's hard to believe. There's a reason I can feel my heart stop beating, and the air gets tough just breathing. I'm alone, but I'm still feeling like someone's with me. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me, like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there. Time is unfair, 'cause I know you're out there somewhere, patient, waiting unaware, feeling like your grip might slip too soon. But I'm running, chasing speed and gunning. I'll be right there all of a sudden. I feel your heartbeat lead me straight to you. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me. It's like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there.
Civic wrap status update. So we did the hood today, came out all right. I've learned a lot about stretching the film, and specifically to do this part of the panel, I did, on both sides, I screwed it up a little bit. You might be able to see some small distortions here, and there's a little bit of a stretch mark there, but I think it came out okay overall. I mean, from far away, you're not gonna be able to see any of this stuff. Even standing 3 feet away from the car, I can't see any of it. Kayla is working on, I just wrapped this fender, so she is working on trimming and tucking that right now. We actually have a time lapse going on that camera over there, so you guys will get to see me wrap that and see her do that. That's about it for now. I'm gonna try to, plans for the rest of the night, I'm gonna do at least this other front fender. Why no?
That means we're gonna have to cut out another one of those panels to cut out.
I'm not gonna do that front fender.
If anything, you're gonna attack this.
I'm gonna attack this later. Okay. So yeah, the next thing that I need to do is this, is the rear quarter panel on this side. So I have to do, the quarter panel is gonna be tricky because it comes from here all the way up and over, literally all the way to where it meets the front fender over there. That's one giant piece. Now, what we did was we cut a 9-foot long piece of vinyl that's 5 feet tall, because the vinyl roll is 50 foot by 5 foot. So we just cut out 9 feet of it, laid it across, and then I actually cut out 4x3 square to do that front quarter panel. So I have I basically have that 9-foot sheet still with a little notch cut out of it, because I won't need it over here for like the door, like where the doors are. And then that'll allow me to do the remainder of the quarter panel. So that's gonna be kind of hard. I want to at least get that done tonight. Things remaining that we have to do, some slight easy stuff. This should be easy. This side of the trunk, this piece here, we have a spoiler that actually goes on top of that. That's over here. We're gonna have to wrap the spoiler as well. The spoiler will bolt on here. So as long as we're tucked kind of in here, we're good. It doesn't have to cover that. It doesn't have to cover this whole thing. This side also should be pretty easy. Small piece of vinyl. Kayla will have to tuck under this thing. We decided we're gonna do a soft install. We're not, of the back, we're not gonna take these lights off. We had to take the tail lights off. That just makes it a lot easier, obviously, to do the rear quarter panel and the rear bumper. Now, things that are gonna be challenging. First of all, the trunk hatch. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this thing. It's gonna be tricky. I think the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna do it in 2 pieces, where we're gonna have a seam here going all along up in here, right? And then this and this will be 1 piece. This will be another piece. Other thing that is gonna be really tricky is the lettering, Civic and Sport Touring here. This is gonna have to come off. All these badges are gonna have to come off. So I think we'll probably save the back for later. We also have to do the rear bumper. That's gonna be very challenging, I think, just because it has this big recess in it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna pull that off. We might have to do some seams in there and stuff. These little pieces should be pretty easy. They're small. And there's a break right here, so we can tuck in there. Gas cap, easy. We have to do side skirts, do those later. It's not a big deal. I'll probably have to do those with the doors open, actually, so I can get the film underneath there, but that shouldn't be that hard. Already did the other side of this, so I know that the front fender is not that hard. And front bumper. Front bumper is going to be a little bit tough. It's 1 giant piece. So front and rear bumper, I think, are going to be the 2 most challenging pieces. Oh, and we have to do the roof too. That's about it. The bumpers are the thing I'm most worried about. Those are gonna be hard, but we'll figure it out and we'll keep you guys posted. So see you at the next status update. Here's the time lapse of us doing the front fender. Check it out. Status update, day 3 of wrapping. We're still out here. It's gonna take us all week, but it's coming along really nicely. I did this this quarter panel last night, and we just finished it off. Got everything nice and tucked, nice and neat. Actually, the way I had cut it was I cut out the piece that I needed for this front fender, but I had cut it backwards because I had the VViViD logo facing me, so I could see what I was cutting. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing now on the other side, which will give me a piece for this quarter panel that goes up along top, and it'll give me the piece for the opposite front fender, which is kind of good because I can wrap this fender and then Kayla can get started trimming and tucking it while I wrap the other side. So that's what we're going to do tonight, at least. And plus another update. I'm not going to do time lapses of these because you already saw me do a front fender and you already saw me do a rear quarter panel. So I'm not going to time lapse those. The next time lapse you guys see will either be me working on either the front or the rear bumper or the roof. We'll be back with another update once we get these 2 pieces done. All right, day 5. It is Tuesday night now. Status update for you guys. Last night I got this guy done, this quarter panel, and the opposite side front fender, this one. And today, I just did the side skirts. I wrapped both side skirts, and Kayla just finished tucking both of them, so they're done. We got them tucked all the way in. I opened the doors and everything, got it tucked all the way in there, so you won't see any white stuff, you know, peeking out over here or anything like that. So the sides of the car are basically done. Let's see, we still have to do the mirror caps. They're over there on my workbench. Kayla's done 2 of the door handles already. They look pretty good. I am going to wrap this front bumper tonight. I want to at least get done with that. It's coming together. We're almost done. I still have to do the roof. I was watching some videos last night on how to wrap around the shark fin and also how to wrap the shark fin itself. That's going to be two different things. So the 3 challenges remaining. 2 challenges remaining. I was going to say 1 challenge is the front and rear bumper, and then the other challenge is the roof. Those are going to be the 2 hardest things. We also still have the spoiler over here that we have to figure out how to wrap. I don't know if we want to do that off the car or on the car. I haven't decided yet. So that's where we're at. I think we're looking at another, I don't know, Kayla, what do you think?
At least 2 more days.
At least 2 more days. That's what I was going to say. At least 2 more days, but at this rate, we'll be done by the end of the weekend, latest, right? It's Tuesday night now, so we still have, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday evenings, and then, you know, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. What do you think, Mr. Man? Do you like Mommy's car? Yeah, we like it. All right, time to get back to work. Let's wrap this front bumper.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care. You're unaware, keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. While the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me, hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
All right, end of day 5. Garage is a mess. I did the front bumper, and I think it came out pretty good, if I do say so myself. I have one or two, I don't even know if you can see it there. There's a slight stretch mark there. And, but yeah, I mean, pretty good. Kayla's gonna have to come in tomorrow morning and do all the trimming on this because it's bedtime. I did mess up. This bumper was like the hardest thing I've done so far, for sure. There's just so many curves and dips, and if you look on the sides here, you start on the face here, it comes all the way over here. Then you gotta kind of like stretch a little bit over this, right, to get out to your edge. Then when you get down here, it meets another dip, but also goes over it, and it leaves some little lip here that you gotta like tuck. And then you get onto this thing, which you also have to stretch over to get to the bottom, because there's a whole bunch of white on the bottom of it that you have to cover. So it's pretty hard, but I got it done, and that gives me a lot of confidence. Well, all right, so the one thing I screwed up on this bumper is I'm a little bit short on film there. So we might have to do like a little patch in the back, and there might be a seam there, but whatever. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's good enough. I can kind of envision what the car is going to look like now. If we ignore the roof is basically the only, from this angle, the only place where you can see any white. That gives me a lot of confidence because this rear bumper is eerily similar to the front bumper in that it has a lot of the same curves. It has the same corner that comes out into this lip. I'm not worried about doing any of this now. Same thing, you start on this face and kind of glass it over on each side and then get to work. The main difference is going to be this like tailgate lip. But honestly, after doing the front bumper, I feel pretty confident that I can do this all in one piece. This is going to require some stretching to get over the lip, but also some shrinking. Well, I guess some stretching to get into this dip, but there's going to be some bunching over here, probably bunching over here, you know. There's going to be a couple spots where it's going to bunch, a couple spots where I'm going to have to stretch. I'm getting better at it as I go, so I'm getting more and more confident. Oh, we also did the gas cap today. That came out good. Gas cap door, pretty clean. Came out good. It's closed, can't see any white, so that's good. Kayla did an inlay on the inside, so that you can't see any white peeking through the sides here. Door handles are looking good. She's making progress on some of those. I think tomorrow I'm gonna tackle this rear bumper. I think that's gonna be the next order of business. The bumper wraps around so much of the car that we actually have to cut a 9-foot long piece of vinyl. Fortunately, it's not very tall. So what I did, these giant rolls that I ordered, this is 5 feet by however much vinyl you order, right? So we cut out 9 feet. And then what we did was we cut the 5 foot in half, right? So I used half of it to do this front bumper, and then the other half is over here chilling. And I'm gonna use that to do the rear bumper. That's project for tomorrow. You can start to see what this car is gonna look like, and it's gonna look so sick. And I think it's gonna be a great advertisement for Kayla's business. So I'm really stoked about it. She's really stoked about it. It's been a really cool project to work on together. So that's it. Day 5's a wrap. We'll see you guys tomorrow when I attempt to do the rear bumper. So catch you then. All right, day 6 update. I didn't actually have that much time to work on the car today. I had a very full day at work. You know, by the time I was done, I was hungry and wanted to eat something. Get started on the car. Kayla finished trimming up the front bumper. So that's looking pretty good. That's all done. And then I just wrapped the rear bumper, which was really hard. It was a little bit harder than the front bumper. I think because this juts out a little more. I can't really tell. It's almost a mirror image until you get to the trunk lid. This was hard just because it's tedious. You wrap the whole face, and I did all the bottom pieces on both sides. And then basically your film is straight up here, so you have to start heating and stretching so that you can lay into this this curve. But we got it done. Looks pretty good. I know people are going to probably point out that there's white showing here. There's actually a separation here. This is not one piece with the rest of the rear bumper on this side, but for some reason on this side it is. So I wrapped, you know, what was one full piece. Tomorrow Kayla will trim and tuck all of this, at which point I can wrap this this final piece, and that'll be all squared away. So we are in the home stretch officially at this point. Be back tomorrow with another update. Day 7, Thursday night. All right, so made some progress today. I wrapped the roof. We haven't trimmed the edges yet, so please ignore all of this extra vinyl. We do have a sunroof on this car, so we'll be trimming around the edge of this, tucking that in nicely. Made sure I did all the edges. I got these bumps nice, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much all I've got for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with more updates. I don't think we're gonna do any more time lapsing. I think you guys have probably had enough of that. I'd imagine at this point, I have enough time lapses that we're probably like already 25 minutes into this video at least. Just gonna keep posting daily updates, and then we'll give you the final shots of the car when it's done. So see you tomorrow. All right, day 8. It is now the Friday after we started this project. I have my little helper here, Mr. Man, AKA JJ, AKA my son. It's almost done. So Kayla's touching up the last piece of the bumper. I did.
For some reason, has its own separate piece right here.
Yeah, for some reason that's not a one-piece rear bumper. We don't know why, but that's okay. Actually kind of makes things a little bit easier. I wrapped the trunk lid today, put the Honda logo back on there, put our license plate back on there. We're gonna leave the car debadged, so no Civic or Sport Touring lettering, just the Honda logo back there. We did these side pillar pieces. They came out great. Kayla's got to do this top piece still, just trimming and tucking. I have to do the shark fin tomorrow. We have to do 2 of the door handles tomorrow, and we have to do the mirror caps tomorrow and the spoiler. And then we're done. So we're in the home stretch. I just reinstalled the 2 door handles that we have done, which are on the driver's side. They look great. So overall, you get a feel for what the car looks like. I put the taillights back on last night so we could kind of, you know, see what of what the car looks like. And I think it came out pretty decent for our first attempt at wrapping something, if I do say so myself. But anyway, we learned a lot. It's a really cool project so far. We'll report back tomorrow with the final pieces, final assembly. Hopefully we'll get that done in the afternoon so we could take her out, get some shots of her in the sunlight, and that'll wrap up our video. What do you think, Mr. Man? How do you think the car looks? Does it look good? Yeah. Sweet. Well, we'll be back tomorrow. This is exciting. It's the last status update because the car's done. Finished it today. Pretty happy with how it came out. There are some imperfections. In particular, the shark fin antenna looks terrible. I think I did a pretty good job on the spoiler though. I had some problems like tucking, like these mirror caps are like really close to the edge. I had ordered some carbon fiber dipped ones, so when they come in, I'll just see if this starts to lift or not, and maybe I'll swap these out. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, we're all done. I have the car on a battery tender right now because having it sitting here for a week, not being driven, and having the doors open, having basically the interior lights running all the time, drained the battery. So charging it up, and luckily you guys won't have to wait for that because you're gonna get a walk around in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go now.
Hi, Taco. Hey, Mocha.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, man.
Feels good, man.
Thanks, man. Came out pretty good. There's definitely some imperfections in some spots, but you can't actually see them as well in the sunlight, which is pretty cool. So it actually looks worse in the garage than it does out in the sun. I was kind of afraid that the opposite would happen, but I think it looks pretty good. These side markers look way better too. What do you think, Mommy?
We like it.
I think we did a good job. What do you think, Mr. Man? Did we do a good job? I think we did a good
He
job.
likes looking at it.
Yeah, Mommy's got a purple car now. I was saying to the camera just now, a lot of the imperfections that you can't actually see it in the sun, which is cool. I thought like
it does look better.
like there's a couple bumps right here, and you can't even see them if you're standing even 2 feet away from the car. You have to be right up on it in order to see any of that stuff. So it's pretty cool. Looks even better in the sun than it did in the garage. And it looks really purple in the sun too. For comparison, my blue Corvette is behind it. It's really bright. It came out good.
Love it.
We love it. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned as much as we did. We definitely learned a lot.
We'll do it a lot better the next time.
Yeah, if there is a next time. If we decide that we're not too put off by this to do it again, we'll do another one. But until next time, see you guys later. I completely forgot to say in the video, the way that we learned to do a lot of this, it was pretty much all YouTube video watching. And the channel that we watched the most was CK Raps. So I wanted to give a shout out to Christian at CK Raps because like, dude, your videos were so helpful and there's no way that we could have got this done without them. And in particular, you have a lot of videos on the Civic Type R, so I used a lot of that because the Type R is a Civic hatchback. Mine is less intricate in some ways than the Type R, but I was able to get ideas of how to do some of the more complicated pieces from that, and I also watched some of your basic tutorials too. I've never wrapped a car before, so there's tons of imperfections on it. It's by no means perfect, but I think it came out pretty well for a first try. Like I said, from 5 or 10 feet away, you can't really see any of the imperfections. So we're happy with it, and we think it'll serve as a good advertisement for Kayla and her business. So, and to that end, if anyone's in the Knoxville area and you need a midwife, moonlightmidwife.com. Hit Kayla up. She'll help you guys out.